Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to News Cycle on Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Jumai Manson. Would like to remind you that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365. Now the news in full. The Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, says it has allocated at least $30 million to counter-terrorism effort in frontline states and to shore up humanitarian efforts in the region. Nigerian's President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who serves as chairman of ECOWAS Authority of the Heads of State and Government, revealed these as part of one-year report highlighting the bloc's achievement and challenges at the 6th mid-year coordination meeting of the African Union in Accra, Ghana. The regional bloc said it is exploring other funding options to its $2.6 million standby force. President Bola Tinubu has appointed Professor John Obafunwa as the new Director General of the Nigerian Institute of Medical Research, with effect from July 24, 2024. The special advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, Ajirin Galale, stated this in a statement titled, President Tinubu appoints new Director General of the Nigerian Institute of Medical Research today in Abuja. According to the statement, Professor Obafunwa succeeds Professor Babatunde Salako, whose tenure expires on July 23, 2024. Federal civil servants have until July 31, 2024 to verify their identities on the portal of the Integrated Payroll and Personal Information System amidst the planned stoppage of salaries and sanctions for ghost workers. Part of the requirements for verification is a tax identification number alongside the Integrated Payroll and Personal Information System and salary account number. President Bola Tinubu has directed that all civil servants who are drawing salaries from the government after relocating abroad should be made to refund the money. The FCT Commissioner of Police, Bernard Igwe, has called on residents and indigents not to partake in a nationwide protest. Some groups and citizens had scheduled a nationwide protest for August 1st in response to economic hardship in the country. However, the FCT CP, while speaking with journalists in Abuja today, urged residents to shun the protest. He stated that the police have made significant effort to ensure security in the FCT, noting that the protest could jeopardize it. Moving on to the Delta State Police Command says it has arrested suspected armed robbers and cultists in Agbara, Ethiopic East local government area of Delta State, and recovered AK-47 magazine. The command spokesperson, SP Bright Edafe, stated this in a statement in Asaba. He says sequel to a series of court-related activities, kidnapping and armed robbery in Sapele, Ogara, and environs, the Commissioner of Police Delta State, Olufemi Obaniwada, directed the term on special assignment to work collaboratively with the DPOs, Agbara, and Sapele Division in order to nip it in the bud. The National Action on Sugar Reduction, in partnership with persons living with diabetes in Nigeria, have launched a campaign to raise awareness on the high cost of diabetes treatment in the country. The groups also urged President Bola Tinubu to urgently address the exorbitant cost of insulin and other medications for people living with diabetes. The Vice President, Diabetes Association of Nigeria, Bernard Inia, laments that the cost of insulin in recent times is making it unaffordable for many diabetic patients across the country. Abia North Senator Orji Kalu has proposed an amendment to the Constitution to reduce federal and state lawmakers' plenary to 4 times a year. Kalu, former governor of Abia State, made the proposal in a viral video shared on his verified Facebook page. In the video, Kalu, chairman of Senate Committee on Privatization, says the amendment will be part of measures to reduce the cost of governance. The former governor also urged President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and other members of the National Assembly to develop legislation that will legalize a part-time legislature system in the country. Lagos State government has announced a 90-day traffic diversion for motorists in the Odoya-Alaro Bridge, which will commence on Monday, July 22, 2024. According to a statement, the Commissioner of Transportation, Oluwaseun Osiyemi, stated that the diversion is due to the deplorable state of the pavement and expansion joint on the Odoya-Alaro Bridge. Osiemi noted will be done in 2 phases, the Ojota-bound lane and the Yaba-Ojuelegba Maryland-bound lane, respectively. At the same time, an alternative route had been mapped out for each phase of the repairs. The Joint Committee of the House of Representatives carrying out a forensic investigation into the challenges affecting the downstream and midstream petroleum sectors has commenced a probe into allegations of importation of contaminated premium motor spirits, also known as fuel, into the country. The committee's chairman, Ikenga Ugochinere, disclosed this at the formal inauguration of the panel in Abuja. The investigative panel will also look into allegations of the non-availability of crude oil to domestic refineries, disruption in its distribution, and favoritism in the pro-formal invoice regime, among others. The Akwa Ibom State Chapter of Association of Community Pharmacists has called on the state governor, Umo Eno, to reactivate and fund the state counterfeit and fake drug monitoring committee as a public health emergency to tackle issues of counterfeiting and smuggling of drugs in the state. This was part of a resolution contained in a communique issued at the end of the 3rd annual scientific conference of the association. The association's chairman raised concern over the high rate of drug counterfeiting, especially in depressed economy, and stressed the need for monitoring to ensure medicine security. The Defense Police Officers' Wives Association, Ogogo Musa, says the association is committed to serving and supporting those in need, especially internally displaced persons. She made this known while distributing relief items to internally displaced persons at Durumi IDP camp in Abuja. Kike Lomo Okere has the details.
Inhabitants of Durumi IDP camp are made up of 330 households, 70% of whom are women and children from Borno, Adamawa and Yobe states, displaced by insurgents in the northeast. President, Defense Police Officers' Wives Association, Ogogo Musa, says medical outreach and the relief material is in commemoration of her birthday to identify with the less privileged.
To mark my special day, but also to demonstrate our commitment to serving and supporting those in need. To the internally displaced persons here today, I want to assure you that we see through your struggles, we hear your stories, and we are dedicated to helping you in any little way we can.
The women leader Durumi IDP camp applauds the DPOA president for her kind gesture.
Body, her face are shining because of the goods that she bring for us. She give us health, and she give us food, and she put smile on our face, on our children's face. So we are so glad, we are so happy, we are happy for her.
Other items distributed includes 90 bags of rice, 10 bags of gari, 10 bags of guinea corn, among others. A medical outreach with distribution of drugs. Kike Lomo Okere, Global Television News.
The Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, and the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, had denied allegation that security agents are giving security cover to illegal miners in the country. This made the denial while responding to allegations at an investigative hearing by the House Committee of Mineral Resources. General Musa, who was represented by the Director of Operation Defense Headquarters, Air Vice Marshal Ina Emeka Ilo, says security agents only provide protection based on requests by legitimate miners who operate in conflict-inflicted areas. According to him, the Nigerian Armed Forces is always ready to give the necessary support to stop illegal mining. The Nigerian Army has reiterated that the ban on the unauthorized use of military camouflage remains in full effect. The Director of Army Public Relations, Major General Oyema Uwachuku, says this in a statement while reacting to a video depicting a soldier molesting a civilian for wearing Army Desert Camouflage uniform. Uwachuku says the video footage was a stale audio-visual being circulated by individuals with malicious intent to create tension between the military and civilian populace. He says the only personnel of the Armed Forces of Nigeria and the Nigerian Police Force were legally permitted to wear military camouflage. A police sergeant, Sunday Wazani, has killed his father in Maiduguri, capital of Borno State. The incident occurred behind the State Police Command headquarters in Maganani. The suspect attached to the Borno State of House Assembly. He is reported to have been arrested and is currently in custody at GRA Police Station. You're watching News Cycle, coming to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We're on DSTV channel 365 and Star Times channel 276. Kindly follow us on all social media platforms by using the Global TV engine and the handles now showing on your screen. When News Cycle returns, Zelensky thanks Biden for bold step on Ukraine. We'll bring you this and other more details right after this break. Do stay with us. For an insightful idea that takes the center stage and the conversation that gets beyond the headlines, to explore the lasting impact of political decisions, Big Talk got you covered. From policy debates to geopolitical insights, from thought-provoking discussions to actionable insight.
What is the real responsibility of government?
Big Talk delves deep into the heart of the matter. Join us weekdays on global televisions from 6:30 p.m. for a reverting journey into the heart of politics, where we dissect issues shaping our society. You're welcome back, and if you're just tuning in, this is Global Television, bringing you live broadcasts of News Cycle. Thank you for staying with us. Over now to our foreign scene, Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky has thanked his United States counterpart, Joe Biden, for taking what he called a bold step in supporting his country. In a post via his X handle, Zelensky praised the U.S. president's tough but strong decision to end his re-election bid. Biden's decision to pull out of the United States presidential race as Democratic nominee has sent shockwaves through the political world. Ugandan President Yoweri Museveni has warned protesters planning an anti-corruption march on Tuesday that they are playing with fire and will not be tolerated. The protesters, mostly young Ugandans, are demanding an end to corruption in government and have been inspired by recent demonstrations in neighboring Kenya. Museveni was reported to have accused the protest organizers of working with foreigners to cause chaos in Uganda in a televised address, and warned that the government will not allow disruption in the country's progress. More than 500 people, including some opposition leaders, have been detained over days of clashes in the Bangladesh capital, Dhaka, sparked by protests against job quotas, police said Monday. It says the detainees included the BNB's third most senior leader, Emil Mohammed Guard, and his spokesperson, Rahul Kabir Razi Ahmed. Severe flooding in Liberia has led a group of senators to propose relocating the capital city away from overcrowded and poorly managed Monrovia, a suggestion met with a mixture of extremism and hesitancy in the West African country. Flash floods triggered by terrestrial rains between the end of June and early July left nearly 40,000 Liberians in urgent need. The National Disaster Management Agency said the flood-prone capital was particularly badly hit, owing in part of overpopulation, a poor sewage system, and lack of building regulations. Now on business, Borno State Governor Babagana Zulum has unveiled plans to revitalize the state's tomato factory situated along Maiduguri-Damaturu Highway. During an unscheduled visit to the factory, Zulum outlined a strategy to bring the moribund facility back to full operation. The governor directed that the existing facilities at the factory be upgraded and modernized to enhance operational efficiency. To address the challenge of insufficient raw materials, the state has already established a 5-hectare dip irrigated tomato farm, which will be expanded to 100 hectares. The Cross River and Akwa Ibom Command of the Nigerian Customs Service has auctioned off 26,625 litres of seized petrol to the public in Cross River State at discount rate of 9,000 naira per 25-litre keg. The National Coordinator of Operation Whirlwind Controller, H.K. Ijebunu, had at Cross River and Akwa Ibom Free Trade Zone Area Command headquarters in Calabar showcased huge seizures of petroleum products. Speaking in Calabar, Ijebunu reiterated that the exercise is in continuation of efforts to disrupt and dismantle the network of cartels and smugglers of petrol, especially in the riverine areas. President of Dangote Group, Aliko Dangote, has made an offer to sell the Dangote refinery to the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation Limited. The businessman expressed his willingness to sell the refinery to address allegations of monopoly in the industry. He stated that if NNPC Limited takes over the refinery, the allegations of monopoly would no longer be valid. As the new football season approaches, Premier League clubs are ramping up their preparation with series of pre-season friendlies. These matches offer valuable opportunities for players and managers to fine-tune their tactics and integrate new signings before the competitive action begins. Several clubs have already kicked off their pre-season campaigns with mixed results. Manchester United, under the scrutiny of manager Erik ten Hag, suffered a 1-0 defeat in Norwegian side Rosenborg, would bounce back with a 2-0 victory over Rennes. President Emmanuel Macron says that France is ready to host the Paris Olympics as he visited the athletics village 4 days before the games begin. He added that this is the fruit of immense amount of work which has profoundly charged the country, in particular the area of Seine-Saint-Denis, where the Athletics Village is situated. And that's it on News Cycle, and it came to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We're on DSTV, channel 365, and Star Times, channel 276. Kindly follow us across all social media platforms by using the Global TV NG and the handles now showing on your screen. I am Jumai Manson. Thank you for watching. Good evening.